All right, how's it going, everybody? I'm Program Director Jeff Terrell with Fenton Fitness and Athletics Center, checking in at the end of week 8 of the hot dog and cereal diet. So, pretty excited about this week. Probably the best progress results thus far, and some things to highlight and sort of go over. So, just cutting right down to it. Weigh-in today was down to 191.8, so it's down exactly 2 pounds from last week. Down roughly 8 pounds from the start, give or take. So pound a week average. So pretty pleased with that. Resting heart rate today was at 60, which ties the lowest resting heart rate, down 2 beats per minute from last week. That same resting heart rate was achieved 2 weeks ago as well. Blood pressure was as a whole was at the absolute lowest, 127/74. So best blood pressure thus far, and body fat percentage was down to 15%, so lowest body fat percentage as well so far. So all of that being said, so as far as where was the nutrition this last week, average calories were at 2,900 calories per day. Aside from the very first week, that was the lowest average calorie intake I've had thus far, which also explains why it was the biggest weight loss aside from that first week thus far. So, big takeaway here: calories were the lowest aside from the beginning, which was my other really big drop in weight. So, in that sort of was reflected in the 2 pounds weight loss, indicating that throughout the course of the week, there was a 7,000 calorie total deficit achieved throughout the course of the week. So some interesting things here just to sort of highlight, that maybe when we'll see how this all pans out at the end as well. But fat intake was averaged out to 125 grams per day, which was 39% of total caloric intake. Saturated fat was at 41 grams, so probably on the high side by most people's standards. Cholesterol, 335 milligrams. Sodium, 3,500 milligrams. Carbohydrates, so again, big bad carbohydrates, spike in the insulin, 330 grams per day, so 46% of total calories. So the highest macronutrient in my intake was coming from carbohydrates. Of those carbohydrates, 49 grams were fiber, so still getting a good amount of fiber on a daily basis. And sugar was at 110 grams per day. So all that being said, 330 grams of carbohydrates a day, 110 grams of sugar per day, and this was processed sugar. Keep in mind, because we're talking about eating kids cereal every day. This week was sort of interesting in that, along with having the hot dog every single day, and probably average like 2 cups of Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Cocoa Pebbles every day. On top of that, some highlights as far as bad eating this week. Had half a large pizza Friday night. Yesterday had a large order of onion rings, a large order of sweet potato fries from Culver's. Probably had 2.5 liters worth of Diet Mountain Dew throughout the course of the week. And those are probably the biggest sort of bad things on top of the normal, hot dog and cereal. So all that being said, weight was still down, because calories were down, and that's why weight drops. Protein was averaged out at 186 grams per day, which was at 26% of calorie intake. So that's sort of where everything is at the end of the week here. Christmas is this next week, so the goal will be to be pretty. We've got a dinner guest coming over on Tuesday night, so calories will probably be up a little bit more. There'll probably be some alcohol incorporated there, more than likely. So that'll probably be a little bit on the high side that day, but everything else is going to try to keep things pretty strict up through Christmas Eve on Sunday, so we can get another good positive weigh-in on Sunday, and then realistically we'll probably have to bounce back after Christmas and New Year's. So try to sort of get another half pound off here over the next week, and then see if we can maintain or at least not lose too much ground over the following week and a half over Christmas and New Year's. So thanks for checking in, and if you have any questions, go ahead and post those to the YouTube channel. Thanks.